Welcome back to another mind-bending exploration into the unseen corners of our natural world. Ever marveled at the sheer variety in the fungal kingdom, or gotten a cognitive boost from a lion's mane mushroom coffee? Well, buckle up, because we're about to explore the kingdom's darker and perhaps more thrilling side, the world of Cordyceps, the brain-jacking puppeteers of the fungal domain. Brace yourself, because we're diving deep into nature's version of a zombie apocalypse. The Super Mario Bros. Sure missed this level, huh? Are you still convinced that fungi are just harmless little mushrooms sprouting in your garden? Well, meet the supervillains of the fungal world, Cordyceps sinensis, Cordyceps militaris, and the notorious Cordyceps unilaterus. These guys make The Walking Dead seem like a family-friendly picnic. With their bizarre life cycles and mind control capabilities, they are the living embodiment of a Halloween horror show running all year round. Let's start with Cordyceps sinensis, which thrives on the Tibetan Plateau. This opportunistic fungus targets the ghost moth caterpillar, infiltrating its body and gradually taking over its tissues. As the caterpillar burrows underground for winter, the fungus feeds off its host, eventually killing it. Come spring, a fruiting body sprouts from the caterpillar's forehead, pushing through the soil to release spores. Imagine waking up with a mushroom growing out of your forehead. Next, we have Cordyceps militaris. Unlike its cousin, this one doesn't go underground. Instead, it targets the pupae of various insects, especially butterflies and moths. Once the spores latch onto a potential host, the fungus slowly takes over its body, eventually causing the host to clutch onto a plant stem, where it meets its doom. Then, the fruiting body grows right out of the host body to scatter its spores. It's like something straight out of an alien invasion movie. But hold on, we've saved the most sinister for last, Cordyceps unilaterus. This one prefers ants. When an unsuspecting ant comes into contact with its spores, it's game over. The fungus infiltrates the ant's body, taking control of its brain and directing it to find a perfect leaf where the ant clamps its jaws in a death grip. After the ant's death, the fungus sprouts from its head, releasing spores to infect more ants. If there was ever a survival of the creepiest award, Cordyceps unilaterus would win it hands down. So there you have it, 3 fungi that can turn insects into zombies. Makes you appreciate the simple life of a button mushroom, doesn't it? And what does the world do when faced with such a strange and terrifying phenomenon? We sensationalize it, of course. We write books, create video games, and produce movies, all bringing Cordyceps from the confines of the scientific journals to the living rooms of the average Jane and Joe. Why should fungi be exempt from their 15 minutes of fame? Take for instance The Last of Us, a post-apocalyptic video game where a mutant form of Cordyceps has jumped species to infect humans, leading to societal collapse. Scary? Absolutely. Fun to play? Undeniably. But remember, it's just a game. The Cordyceps we know prefer the brain of an ant over a PlayStation 5 user. And there's the movie The Girl with All the Gifts. In this dystopian world, humanity is almost wiped out by a fungal infection. The infected, referred to as hungries, have their minds taken over by the fungus, becoming mindless zombies with a craving for flesh. It's a cinematic treat with a healthy dose of mushroom-induced terror, and while it's great for popcorn sales, it's a distorted representation of the actual fungus. The problem here is that these exaggerations can warp our understanding and instill unnecessary fear. The average person might watch these movies or play these games and start looking suspiciously at every mushroom in their salad. But in reality, these are very specialized fungi that can infect humans, so rest assured you're safe from your fungi-topped pizza. But amidst all this hype, you might be wondering if a Cordyceps-like infection could ever jump from insects to humans. Well, hold that thought, we'll get to that in a moment. But for now, let's put the zombie apocalypse on hold and focus on real-world issues with fungi. Alright, let's take a step back from the fictitious world of video games and movies and get serious for a moment. There's a bigger issue at play that's not on any gaming console, but is changing our world nonetheless. That's right, we're talking about climate change, that proverbial boogeyman that's become all too real. Now, you might be thinking, what's this got to do with fungi? Well, that's where it gets interesting, or to be precise, terrifying. You see, changes in climate and environment have a massive impact on biodiversity, and fungi are no exception. Remember our friend Candida auris? This little rascal is a fungus that infects people, is resistant to antifungal and disinfectant treatment, and appears to have spread worldwide. Scientists believe it may have emerged due to climate change. Fungi aren't picky, and they can adapt to a range of temperatures and environments. With global warming, fungi such as members of the Fusarium graminearum species complex, which infect crops like wheat and barley, are adapting to the rising temperatures. This could lead to increased infections, devastating crops, and impacting food supplies. Imagine waking up to the world without bread, pasta, or even beer. But it's not all doom and gloom. The beauty of knowledge is that it empowers us to take action. By understanding the link between climate change and fungal infections, we can put strategies in place to mitigate these threats. And who knows, maybe our newfound understanding of fungi and their behavior can lead to innovative solutions to tackle climate change. Now, shifting gears back to our creepy Cordyceps, let's explore some of the myths and potential benefits of this fascinating fungus. So we have discussed the nightmarish aspects of Cordyceps. You'll be glad to know there's more to them than just terror-inducing mind control. In fact, Cordyceps have quite a few tricks up their metaphorical sleeves that might actually benefit us, humans. Just like mushroom risotto, it's all about balance. Take Cordyceps sinensis for example. In traditional Tibetan and Chinese medicine, has been used for centuries as a remedy for various ailments and as a general health tonic. Modern research suggests the potential medicinal benefits of cordycepin, a bioactive component of cordyceps. Some studies indicate it might be useful in managing conditions like diabetes and even cancer. Isn't that fascinating? However, the International Mycological Association reminds us that despite the exciting potential, further studies are necessary to validate these claims. Cordyceps aren't just beneficial to human health, but they are also economic goldmines. The sales of wild Cordyceps sinensis contribute significantly to the rural economy in Tibet and Nepal. As per the 2023 report by the National Trust of Nature Conservation, Cordyceps collection can account for between 40 to 80% of household income in these regions. Now that's something to chew on. And finally, let's debunk the impending fear of Cordyceps human zombie apocalypse. According to mycology experts, many Cordyceps species are highly specialized to infect certain species of amphipods, such as ants or spiders. The likelihood of then jumping species to human is extremely low. So rest easy, folks. Cordyceps are not the villain they're often made out to be. Well, unless of course you're an insect, then you got something to worry about. So, what's the takeaway from our roller coaster journey into the world of Cordyceps? Well, it's that they're not merely the stuff of nightmares, or the exclusive domain of Hollywood horror scripts. Much like that weird cousin we'll have, Cordyceps are oddly fascinating and surprisingly beneficial. On the plus side, these peculiar fungi have been found to be rich sources of potential medicinal benefits. In areas like Tibet and Nepal, they're more than just health supplements, they're valuable economic assets, boosting local incomes in significant ways. That's right, these zombie fungi can be both health savers and economic superheroes. Kind of puts that annoying mushroom in your yard perspective into a different light, doesn't it? On the flip side, they've been misunderstood, misrepresented, and turned into something they're not, especially in the media. Next time you see a movie where Cordyceps bring about the downfall of civilization, remember, they're not after us humans. They're quite busy doing their own thing in the insect world. As we journey through the ever-intriguing world of science, let's remember to question, learn, and debunk myths. It's in understanding our natural world, even the creepy crawlies and the zombifying fungi, that we find ways to adapt, benefit, and coexist. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join us at the Den of Unknown for more strange and intriguing scientific insights. Until next time, Stay curious, stay grounded, and keep exploring the wonderfully complex, sometimes terrifying, but always amazing world of science. See y'all next time, friends.